Now, God Almighty speaks to mankind using numbers. The last of his prophets was Prophet Muhammad, who came 600 years after Jesus. But since then, every event of man, every person, man or woman, to those who died and to those who are living and those to come, God speaks to mankind using numbers, nothing more. It's a science that we need to know. So the person we are talking about had had his transition well defined by God Almighty. God uses 4 angels, jinns, and mankind from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, from 9, then 0. No any other figure. So anything you are doing is calculated based on the figures given by God Almighty. It's a tool being used that determines, even at war, the success of the war before firing the first salvo is propaganda. It attacks the psyche of man. It creates fears and doubts to people, particularly if the propaganda is sustained and challenged. So here we are with propaganda that was sustained, invested upon with state funds that lasted 23 years till this moment. Many people are still afraid. But here, alongside, since after his death, some of us were subjected to what nobody can describe. From my younger brother here, who was subjected to inhumane treatment, not because he was a military officer or he worked with us in the military then, even though he has his own military background, but was subjected to what you cannot describe in a quick time. For the 3 years he was with us, when we were going through what we went through, he saw the little portion of it. Abuses, torture, deprivation of food, all because we knew Abacha. Deprivation of sleep, beating, handcuffs, hands, legs, and chain, and legs, and neck, And then with all forms that you cannot understand, was simply because we walked with him and we stood by him. But to persecutors, I tell them one little thing. All persecutors in the history of man, from Adam to date and to the end of time, are cowards. They are. Persecutors are those who destroy nations. Persecutors kill the institutions that govern the country. Persecutors are monsters at the surface, but super cowards right inside them. That's why when some of us were being taken through what we went through, we were promised death severally to be able to read counter statements against the person we're all standing here for. Thank God Almighty for the shock absorbers we have gotten. And thank God Almighty for our faith. Propaganda winds out by time. Since 1972, Nigeria was 12 years old as an independent state. With the discovery of oil and with the performance of General Gawan then as head of state, some certain forces came together and said, it will be disheartening to see us serve this same former colony of ours as now subordinates. That was why at that material time, a new program came up on how to dwarf Nigeria. And I challenge the academia, I challenge patriots, I challenge leaders to go and search for that document and look at the arrangements of dividing Nigeria, creating crisis in Nigeria, creating differences between Muslims and Christians, creating differences between northerners and southerners, creating differences in Nigeria that will dwarf us. And where such things refuse to work, causes of insurgency should be invested upon and be promoted, so that Nigeria should remain dwarfed and never to grow. The fear is, allow this country to be. We will all be there as subordinates working for them, and no black man should be seen, particularly West Africa and Nigeria, as a subject should be allowed to grow. It's a challenge to the academia, a challenge to the younger ones, a challenge to all patriots and all leaders, old and young, to understand that there is a game that will never allow us to grow. We will be fighting ourselves while they are busy taking what we have. These are some of the things General Abacha went against. General Abacha went against, and he became an enemy to that group outside and to their cronies in Nigeria. Some of them are highly respected elder statesmen. To me, I have seen all what persecution is all about. There is no fear. If you like, carry on tomorrow and chase me out. But remember, you did it 15 years ago while I was in incarceration. Today I'm free like you. You throw a stone, we throw a medal. When you are talking about your country, there is no holds bar in such statement. Every patriot should begin to ask himself, why was I created in that country? God didn't consult any of us here or anywhere or any mankind to say, I will create you a human being on so-so date in so-so country. Wherever you see yourself, that's where God Almighty wants you to serve. And to serve Him and to serve that country without fear or favor, as it is contained in the oath of offices that elected leaders used to take on with. But you see, ours is ceremonial. We take oath, but 10 seconds after, we change it into totally something, nothing, that God Almighty will ask us for. Now, in this spirit with which General Abacha governed Nigeria, the West Coast was also engulfed with similar problems that was targeted at Nigeria. Which were these countries? Sierra Leone, Gambia, and Liberia. General Abacha took it upon himself to extend services because in his later agendas of helping Nigeria, there was the larger also mobilization he was doing for leaders across the world that many people didn't know. What was it all about? Restoration of the value of black man world over. A black man is reduced to nothing. That we should first of all occupy our position within Committee of Nations and in the world as black men and women across the world. This is the laudable program he was embarking on quietly. That's why after his death, there are numerous leaders in Africa and outside Africa who acknowledge this and who are still having it with them. Leaders of this country, at the time we are going through what we are going through, there are basic questions I ask at any time I was told to make statements. One thing I will say, and if it is out of protocol, I beg your pardon. I'm talking from the point of view of pain. The family General Abacha left behind were bashed, abused, accused, called names. Little children could not understand what papers were writing. And the question here is, if a persecutor has money and the mischief to continue to sustain his propaganda, what becomes of the family and the associates standing on their feet to fight back? Be that you said, no, it's C after all. And then to those who are sponsoring the propaganda, you see they go through indirect means. You will see papers come up with it. The simple questions one may ask is, who owned this paper? How many shares are these persecutors having in that paper? Who is sponsoring the papers? We don't ask. But the moment you step forward, a persecutor is just naturally chicken-hearted. That's why mischief is the oxygen he inhales. Unless you attack the oxygen, he will not understand you exist. And to him, your silence means approval, they will continue to attack. So let me say this. This family has, by time, in the disservice of the persecutors, created or have gotten natural shock absorber. Let whosoever wish to say whatever he wishes to say. Let whosoever wish to sponsor whatever he wishes to. Remember, you are created individually. We are now on collective drive. We met. We are moving together as members of Nigeria.
We shouldn't go to the past to be thinking about he did this, he did that, this happened and that happened. We all have failed. Nigeria has failed. We all have failed. There is need for revamping. There is need for reorientation. There is need for reorganization. There is need for us to know that we need somebody that can tell us the truth. We should not pretend over matters like this. And I am saying, those who have organized this, I doff my hat for you people. Because we will continue to organize situations like this every day in this country. Even, okay, they say I talk a lot. But as an activist, I say it the way it is. Pretense is the problem that we have here. A lot of us cannot say it when we are supposed to say it. A lot of us only go behind to talk all the rubbish we can talk about people. Why not acknowledge somebody that has done something? Along the line, we all cannot be perfect. The imperfection of man can be seen everywhere. No man is perfect. So the little nitty-gritties that you see and you start to open your mouth to talk about, he did this, what did he do that you have not done in a little way? We all are falling short. Those of us that talk about the righteousness of man, the righteousness of man is like filthy rags in the sight of God. A rag is already a dirty piece of cloth. When it becomes filthy, you imagine what is there. But this is a man that took that giant stride, no matter the situation. When people will come out here, you heard. Everybody that spoke here gave you instances. People respected law. People believed in diplomacy. People believed in processes. You go there to see him, you wait, turn by turn. It's not for you to jump the queue. I still remember when Al-Mustapha came to the university. I spoke there, but before he could ask, where is Oboskolo? I'm already not there. Well, for the benefit of doubt, I remain Professor Basi Eteng Ubom Oboskolo Obinigogo Akomyomyo. Yes. So I want to thank all the members of the high table, the organizers, what people have done. I think they deserve a powerful round of applause, please. We cannot let somebody that has impacted and imparted in this country, we cannot let him just go that way. Abacha reigns, Abacha still lives, Abacha is with us, and so shall it be. I don't, anyhow anybody wants to interpret it, well, that is how it is. Because there will be different interpretations as regards my presentation. But whatever I've said here, I stand to be corrected. And I stand firm about what I have said. I am a typical supporter of General Sani Abacha. Thank you very much. And for now, I can hear, are you telling me that I still have 3 minutes? Yeah. Because what I had, mine is not even up to. But I've passed a message. And what I'm saying is that let's not allow the few disgruntled, myopic personalities of little faith to distract us from the right track that we have to move. Abacha is a subject for study. Abacha is a subject for research. Abacha is a phenomenon. Is a structure that nobody can bring down no matter what you do. His story will continue in this country no matter what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much, and Abacha reigns. Thank you very much.